Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode here at Larry's Orchids. Today we're going to be doing a growing guide on Staghorn Fern. We finally were able to get some in, so we're very excited about carrying these because we've had a lot of requests about them. But Staghorn Ferns are one of those plants that a lot of people think are really difficult to take care of because they have some requirements that make them a little bit different than most plants. Now when you think of a regular plant, you think let's throw it in some compost or really rich soil. When it comes to Staghorn Ferns, they grow great just growing right in the air. So you're going to want to mount them. That's because Staghorn Ferns don't like to be soaking wet. They need very good drainage. So when it comes to mounting, we like to mount them in these Vanda baskets here. So a lot of people only use these for Vandas. However, there are so many other uses. And to find those other uses, I'm going to post a link to a video that I've already done called Vanda Basket 101. And it's basically just an overview of all the uses that you can use these for. And it might be interesting for you. So I'll post a link in the description box below for that. Now when it comes to Vanda baskets, these are so versatile and useful because they grow the Staghorn Ferns perfectly. So we're going to do a repotting and a growing guide all in one because this is a very crucial part of growing your Staghorn Ferns. This 4-inch Vanda basket will work just fine for now and will allow the plant to grow in and kind of overtake the Vanda basket and begin breaking down the Vanda basket because the roots will actually become one with the basket and almost begin eating the basket after a while. And so you don't want something too large where it's not really going to be able to get a firm hold on the basket. Now the next thing you want to do is when you get your seedling, you're going to want to locate the shield. The shield is just a very small, basically almost, it looks like a leaf right now, but it's the female portion of the Staghorn Fern. And the leaves of the Staghorn Fern are actually the male, and the shield is the female. So you want to be able to identify that because based on how you mount it, you're going to want to either, you can discount it if you mount it just like this and hang the basket like this, because then the shield won't matter. However, if you mount it on its side using one of the corners, a lot of times people would like to hang it like this, and the Staghorn Fern will drape like that because that's really how they like to grow. They like to drape down, and this is our preferred method of mounting them. So that's how I'm going to mount it today. You want to make sure that the shield, when you mount it, you want to make sure that the shield is facing up. So I don't know if you can see that, but the shield is right here and it's facing in the direction that we will be mounting it. So see like that, and the shield is facing up. Now what we're going to do is simply take the plant out of the pot here, and this is so simple. You don't need a degree in repotting to mount a Staghorn Fern in a Vanda basket because it's so simple. So basically you have this is the root ball here, and it's taking over some of this sphagnum moss. That's what we like to mount ours in. And then you just have your other sphagnum moss where no roots are. And now we're going to take the sphagnum moss. We're just going to work it into the basket here. And then we're just going to take the actual plant here, and we're going to slowly work that in, just stuffing the sphagnum moss into the cracks. And it should fit fairly snug in here. There we go, just like that. Just keep working it around. And the plant will do just fine in this Vanda basket here. There you go, see? And now, as you can see, plant's not falling out. It is nice and snug in this basket. The roots will grow out these holes. The roots will take over this basket, and it will just pretty much use this basket as support. So no matter if you're hanging it like this or like this, it's going to do very well for you. So now you've got your Staghorn Fern repotted into a place that's going to call home. This is going to be a place that's going to get lots of aeration, and the roots are going to definitely like this quite a bit. So now you have to think about watering and humidity because Staghorn Ferns are going to need that in order to survive. So they really do like humid environments because they are not something that's going to be found in drier climates. They're going to be found in rainforests. And so these plants here are going to really benefit from watering very frequently, especially in the hotter season. If you take it outdoors onto a patio where the wind and the sun is causing a lot of evaporation, you're going to want to feel the growing medium. If it's not damp to the touch, give it water because it needs to be damp. Now another thing is with the growing medium, if you water frequently, the water should be able to drain freely, which is why we use sphagnum moss, because it drains very well but holds on to just that small amount of water to stick near the roots so the roots don't dry out. Now another thing is when it comes to sunlight. They do not like direct sunlight, but they like a lot of sunlight. So the best thing to do is to put it in a south-facing window, one that gets between 6 and 8 hours of sun, and that's going to do very well for you. Now when it comes to fertilizer for your Staghorn ferns, you want to make sure that you do not give them a strong direct fertilizer, simply because anything growing in sphagnum moss, the fertilizer will hold really close to the roots and it can cause damage. And you don't want to damage the roots for these Staghorn ferns because they already by nature have a fairly small root system and you don't want to damage that. So what we like to do is give them a diluted version of fertilizer. They're not picky about the kinds, but make sure that it's diluted about 3-to-1. So take the normal strength and then add 3 times the water that you would for a normal amount, because they don't like that strong fertilizer, and they're going to do just fine with the diluted form of it. Also, what you can do is just get a very weak organic fertilizer in like a pellet form and place some of the pellets in the sphagnum moss. They're going to do just fine with that as well. Well, that's just about it here for this growing guide on Staghorn ferns. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, please click the subscribe button. That always helps us out, know who we're reaching, and it also helps you stay up to date whenever we upload a cool video like this one. And also, if you have any friends that are into growing Staghorn ferns, let them know about this video, because here at Larry's Orchids, we really like to simplify the growing of these plants, because oftentimes people, they way overcomplicate things, and that really scares people off. So part of what we're doing here is trying to simplify things in the simplest way possible so that you can get to growing these very exotic and cool plants at home simply and quickly. And so that's all about I got for you. So until next episode, this is Luke from Larry's Orchids, thanking you for making us the #1 stop shop for all your orchid and tropical needs. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.